Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. So we just got back from seeing Hobbs and Shaw and we're here to give you some of our thoughts. As a member of the target demographic for this movie, what did you think?
I love this movie. I thought it was action-packed, interesting to watch, funny at times, didn't drag. I was a huge fan.
Yeah, but you like all movies, so I'm not surprised.
Not all movies. This one really, this one blew my expectations away.
Okay.
Even as someone who hadn't seen the previous 9, I really enjoyed this movie, and I love the characters immediately.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah. For me, I'm definitely more of a critic when it comes to movies, and this was no exception. I generally really liked probably the first 50 to 75%, but I did come in with very low expectations. But I thought the plot and also the character development was pretty good in the beginning. But honestly, ever since they started from when they got to Samoa, I felt like it went a little downhill from there because there are a lot of unresolved matters, especially at the end. And I have so many thoughts. I actually created a list for this one. Mm-hmm. So very briefly, we're just going to go through some of my likes and my dislikes. And we're going to start with likes because no one likes a downer. Very true. The first thing, of course, dude, the villain's technology, Brixton. Name of the villain. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. It kind of reminded me of Iron Man a little, right?
It was super cool. Like the live action analysis and like the strength that he had. I mean, he was really indestructible.
The motorcycle.
The motorcycle was so cool. I wanted to get a motorcycle. If I could do that on a motorcycle, you notice he crashes a lot. But
he's like a machine. He's indestructible. So that's why he can afford to ride on a motorcycle. But this is a freaking challenge to Tesla. Your cars may be able to self-drive and whatnot, but create a motorcycle like that, like an AI motorcycle, right? It just knows where you are.
Yeah. Oh man, when he went underneath that truck and like the recoveries, that was just insane. I feel like it was, at its best, this movie.
Yeah, definitely. But like what you were saying, I really like the pace of the movie. I feel like a lot of movies these days, they just throw in too many twists and turns to a point where you get like 50% into the movie and they throw a plot twist and you're like, yeah, I was expecting a plot twist. I don't know what the twist will be, right? But you're kind of expecting it and it doesn't have the same effect. But this one did a pretty good job. I also really like their portrayal of human emotions. So for example, in this movie, Luke and Deckard had some beef with each other. And it wasn't something that they just let go for the convenience of the movie and we're gonna get along well, right?
Yeah, I agree. They sold the characters really well, which they kind of, are used to doing. They've played these characters before, and it's really fun to watch.
Yeah. So I thought they did an amazing job there. And then just something small but super entertaining is when Luke and Deckard were trying to keep the helicopter from flying away. And I was just thinking, I'm like, that's so unrealistic, right? How can one car carry the weight of the entire helicopter? Isn't that helicopter just going to lift them off? But they thought of that.
Apparently, it can lift 3 cars. It requires 4 cars to hold down a helicopter. Yeah, super cool scene. I loved when they were just barely going on. I mean, there's a reason they put this in the trailer, right?
Yeah.
It was so cool, and it definitely delivered on my expectations.
It was like a very subtle and minor glory moment for the Samoan family. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, this is so great. It was fun to watch.
It was really cool. I feel like the fact that they went to Samoa at all was a twist in this movie. I was like, oh I forgot this was going to happen. It's so late in the movie, and then they went to Samoa, and it shows up in the trailer, so...
Yeah, about the trailer. Actually, I remember watching the trailer thinking, how in the world do they link all these parts together? And it flowed really well, so props to them, honestly.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. So, now to the dislikes. We knew we were going to get there eventually. The ending, okay? First of all, okay, so they removed the virus from her, right? She's like, oh, I have a virus.
Yeah. It's implied they destroy it.
No, it's actually, the ending is like them walking off, like, oh yeah, everything's good now. Cut screen, she trips, drops it, nope.
Goes in the ocean, it's over.
It's over. All that for nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't strong resolution on that.
And also, they're walking off being like, oh, all is good in the world, except you're still wanted by every single person on this world. Like, they never really resolved that.
Yeah, they're still under the, within the grips of Etienne, which is sort of like the mastermind behind this whole thing, the cult of technology, all of that. So yeah, they probably still have all these intelligence agencies chasing them. Not the best spot to be in.
Also, something else that bothered me slightly was that Luke and Deckard destroy any single person in their paths, right, through combat. Any villain, any enemy. Yet, they couldn't destroy Brixton. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second. And I'm like, why didn't you just take a second and be like, okay, why can't we beat him? Oh, okay, he's part machine, he's technology. Okay, so what makes him better than us? And how do we get around that? Because till the very end, even in one of the racing scenes, right? Or not a racing scene, but it was a car scene, and they were fighting kind of on the back of the truck. And they're still getting destroyed. And I'm like, why is this still a problem? Like, you still haven't figured out a way to beat him.
Yeah, that's true. They only really figure it out at the end.
Yeah. It was a little cheesy. It's like, teamwork. The solution is teamwork.
I mean, from the very beginning, I knew that was going to be what they achieved.
Yeah.
Kind of, because they're these mortal enemies working together again.
Yeah. And then probably my most controversial thought, which is, you should have shot him at the end. I get it. You're human. You're not a machine. We have a heart.
They have history too.
But that doesn't change the fact that you know that he is mostly machine and has no emotions. The logical thing for a machine to do in self-preservation is to pick up that gun and shoot him. So you should have done it first. Like, I get it. You want to be better. You want to prove to him that humans are better, and this is why we don't want to be machines. But I'm like, this was like a little too Hollywood for me. It was a little too far from reality, because in any like true war battle, dude, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, he caused them a lot of problems. So
yeah,
a little bit unrealistic.
So something that was supposed to be, a surprise in the beginning of the movie was you found out that the rogue MI6 agent was Deckard's sister. Mm-hmm. Did you have any idea of that, like, mini surprise?
I really didn't, because, as you know, he's kind of bald. They don't look too similar to me. And then she's blonde, but she's dyed blonde, so I didn't really see it coming. To me, they look pretty different. They could be unrelated.
How do you know she's dyed blonde?
Oh, you can see her roots.
No, I mean, I don't think that's like necessarily means she's dyed blonde, but yeah. For me, I didn't know. I wasn't like, I know they're siblings, but something that did tip me off that there was a prior relationship is I remember when Deckard was approached by the CIA agent, and Deckard vehemently said, "No, I will not do this." Got into his car, and the agent slapped down the picture on his windshield, and Deckard was fully interested. And I just remember thinking, how in the world could a picture change someone's mind?
Yeah, they definitely had a prior relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they do set it up with him talking to his mom in the beginning of the movie through, in prison.
That's true. I didn't really think about that. Oh yeah, the mom actually sort of brought up the sister, but in the moment when you watch it, you don't make those connections. It's something the second time around, you're like, oh yeah, that was a tip. Oh yeah, that came up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
So, final thoughts?
Final thoughts, I would give it an 8 out of 10 Samoan relic.
No! You stole mine. First of all, they're called family heirlooms. Oh man, you took mine. Okay, well, I would give it 6.5 out of 10 cell phones. You should watch the movie, see if you can figure out that reference, because this guy really loved that joke.
That was, that just got me. I can't handle when there's kind of two jokes going on at once, and it just was a hilarious moment.
You were the loudest laugher for that one in a packed theater.
I probably was. Everyone has their one. That was a priceless moment. I don't think that was like the highest comedy moment of that movie for me.
Wow. Something so small.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing. I actually do have a negative remark on this movie. And what was Brixton doing during that entire fight scene in Samoa when they're outside the house and they're like all fighting each other? He was fighting, but they weren't actually fighting each other, right? They were like fighting. Yeah. They were each fighting each other's like henchmen, kind of.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, we're just
but
fan
that's more
servicing it.
It's
Yeah,
more
and then
realistic.
did you notice when it was just like the sun had just set and they just got there, and it was just like, whoa, it's morning now.
Yeah, it was like,
and it was just like, yeah, and then it was
yeah,
like break of dawn, and it was like the next scene like that, and I was just
Yeah.
like, whoa.
No, I noticed
Yeah.
that. I thought that was a little strange.
Yeah, so it was definitely a super fun movie. I would see it again.
I would not, but to each their own. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.